what I would want to take away from Mr. Prasad's talk, right? So what we are trying to build in Tumkur is a strong STEAM community. So how many of you know what STEAM is? I'm not talking about the steam vapors, but what is STEAM? So STEAM is science, technology, engineering, arts, and maths, right? So if we have to build a strong ecosystem, these are the key talent pool that is required. So this is what is required if you actually want to become the next Silicon Valley, right? So that is what we're trying to build it here in Tumakuru. And the idea is to build it across India, starting from Tumkuru as the model city, right? So that is why we are trying to bring lots of things which are not even heard of in Tumkuru into Tumkuru. And we're very glad that Mr. Prasad started out here, because high performance computing, supercomputing is something that has been never done in Tumkuru. So we're glad that we're able to go towards that path here in Tumkuru. And up next, we have the people from the support ecosystem coming in. So I'd like to call on stage Mr. Mahesh and, give his thoughts about what he feels about this particular internship, and also why this particular internship would be important for you guys. Over to you, Doctor.
Thank you, Surat. Welcome to everyone. And this is one of the great event which we foresee that it might give a fruitful results to everyone. And I would like to say a special thanks to my beloved friend, Renuka Prasad. We started our engineering together. Like 2004 was our batch from SSIT Tumkur. And as a result, I would like to congratulate and appreciate for his sincere efforts in bringing his aspirations into reality by starting his own startup, right? Like AI Kshetra is one of the happening one in Tumkuru. And I would like to say special thanks to even Startup Tumkuru, which is driven by Priyanka. So, right, okay, thank you for that. And one more thing, just to give a background on this, I started my career as a professional in Priyanka Karge's startup company, which was called as Proficio Geotechnologies, way back in 2004. I started my career over there. This is just a small brief about AI Kshetra and Startup Tumkuru. And overall, I'm not here to just present as a technical briefing for a few happening technologies like data analytics, AI, which is what you call buzzwords and buzz technologies in the current market. And just wanted to share my personal experience, industry experience. As a whole, I have around 21 years of experience, because I started my career in 2004 and now it is 2025. All the way, I would like to share few experiences and the what you call learning experiences, as well as the do's and don'ts, and what are things to be considered as part of everyone's career. Okay, still I am learning and I am growing. So far, whatever I have learned, I wanted to share with you guys. I wanted to my area, like I wanted to share all these things just because that I am in a, I am such a person. Just I wanted to teach and mentor students or whatsoever who are aspired to be, right? Aspired to learn more. And since considering I'm not going to deck, which is a slide deck majorly, I'll just pass through that. But I wanted to share some personal experiences as a whole, because I wanted to make it as interactive as well, because I know how the things were, how the situations were when we started our career way back 20 years back, and how the situation right now. Okay, that is one main motto which I wanted to share with you guys. I just shared my express of interest to Renuka Prasad when he just briefed about this event. I wanted to be part of it. I could make it. At last, I could make it here, and would like to share those experiences. If you guys are okay with it, I'm personally happy to share those. Not just because all these presentation packs you can find online resources, right? Everything is handy, and every kids or students are using mobile in a bigger way, and things are very easy now. Okay, everything at fingertips, right? When we started our career, nothing was like this. Okay, and moreover, I would like to share few experiences like when I started journey, and Renuka Prasad and all, we were computer science batch 2000, and we passed out during 2004. I started my career by joining one of the startup company, as I mentioned, Priyanka Karge's startup company. It's not all about things what we have to look for is like it's not a small or big opportunity which we get in our pathway, like career pathway and all. just don't think that whatever we get is a small or big. Like you want to join as a high-paid companies like or MNC companies, nothing like that. Don't think about that. Just try to grab the opportunities, whatever comes in, and give your fullest or to maximum as part of your career aspirations. Don't just look for the wages, what you get, like salaries. Okay, look for the opportunities and build your career in a R&D center, which Renuka Prasad mentioned. Like, see, R&D is the one area where we can what you call explore more, right? By putting your sincere dedication and efforts in a positive spirit with a positive manner, right? That is one thing we need to look ahead. And as part of that journey, we started our career in one startup company. And I would like to give a background how 20 years back the IT and the infrastructure was. Like when in 2004, when we joined, most of us, like Renuka and we all joined to small companies or medium-sized companies. The things were the editors, like what you might be knowing about IDEs, right? What is IDE? Integrated Development Environments for all our coding environment, right? I'm just considering from the coding perspective, okay? From the coding perspective, we had an IDE as only Notepad, right? During those days, even what you call, sorry, I was not more audible. I think you can hear, right? Yeah. During those days, even the editor was like, it was like Notepad, which was a plain text area, okay? We used to code VB script, ASP, classic ASP, and other technology, like then .NET came into picture, then Java, JSP and all, right? The evolution of all these editors, like it evolved over the period of time. When we started our career, it was with just a text area, okay? We wanted to write each and every letter over it as part of coding. But those were the days where we had some clear understanding with the guidance from the relevant seniors and all, and we had put in sincere efforts. The time which used to take for particular coding, right, it used to be more than the current scenario. Everything is on click, right? You will Copilot is there, Microsoft Copilot or GitHub Copilot is there. Just give some commands or prompting in ChatGPT or whatever other code generator of AI tools, you will get in a fraction of seconds, everything in a fraction of seconds. But during those days, things were not like that. That's how the career started, and we had put in efforts, and it used to take days, weeks, and months to deliver small piece of module as a software applications. But now the things are not like that. And the resourcing availability, right? During those days, it was less. Even Google, Gmail was just coming up during those days, and YouTube was not so popular, and all the resource materials were not so handy as like what we have now. And those things helped us to lay a strong foundation for our career, and we had put in sincere efforts to get the information verbally and in person. Nothing like what we have in now, the virtual connect we are doing via all the channels what we have, like Google Meet and other podiums, right? But during those situations, why I'm bringing those experience to you guys, just imagine how the things were and how the things now, and how the competitiveness have evolved over the period of time. And the amount of efforts what we used to put in yielded results, and it helped us to grow in a bigger way. And I'm not saying that we have grown now, we are still growing, and whatever learning experience we had gone through with these many of years, and we wanted to share it with you guys, okay? And just I wanted to advise or give a suggestions to the young aspirants, whatever you guys are looking for as part of a career growth, right? Just be vigilant and be humble, be aspired, okay? And be committed. Whatever you're doing, be committed, and don't rely on the resources, whatever we have, like ChatGPT and all, to maximum extent, but make use of that in a productive manner, like these things, whatever we have in place, right, AI and all, right? Many people started saying that it is going to kill the IT industry or the jobs, right? But we can even convert it as an opportunity as well. It's not as a threat, okay? Even we can convert it into opportunities. Like earlier when the computer industry started, people started, okay, we will lose jobs and all, right? Like banking, all the banks were used to have the files, manual journals and all, right? When computerization happened, but many people got opportunities. Similar to that, even in AI era or AI generation, we get more opportunities only and only if we are on top of it, and if you if we start using those in a productive and right manner. Okay, just be curious, as Prasad said, be curious and be aspired to get along with in your career journey, and you can be on top of whatever you are aiming for. Okay, that is one thing. This is all something with respect to career aspirations and also the initial experience of whatever I shared. Okay, now why I wanted to take a topic of data, Renuka, Prasad, can you just, why I wanted to take the topic of data analytics and as well as AI, which is a Gen AI and agentic AI. And if you look at that, whenever we started our learning, right, we start with our alphabets, which is A, B, C, D, something, right, like to frame a sentence or a phrases, right. Similar to that, whatever happenings, right, information is nothing but collection of data. Okay, data is nothing like it acts as your ABCD alphabets, and to deal with data, we need a language called SQL, which is called as SQL, structured query language, right? For anything and everything in any areas or in any domains, this data matters a lot. That's the reason I wanted to share this few high-level briefing on data, because data plays a bigger role in all areas, whether it may be engineering role or even R&D or in any healthcare, whatever domain you are dealing into, even biometrics, whatever. Okay, that's the reason data analytics plays a big role in terms of, like, if you know the language like SQL, and you might have started your semesters in the database management system like RDBMS, right, and ORDBMS. These are the structured data, right, which will be in a relational database. Is nothing but a relational in the sense it will be in a tabular format, right. Now we are into area of structured, unstructured, and semi-structured as well. Why these things came into picture in the sense the evolution of data, how the humongous amount of data gets generated each and every second, millisecond, right. That's the reason the concept of big data came into picture. You might have heard about big data, right? We have Adobe, what you call Apache Hadoop and all, right? These are few big data concepts which came into existence because of the amount of data which gets generated each and every second. Okay, next slide. Yeah, I just wanted to brief on the evolution of data. As I meant is, we used to collect data in a physical format, like what you call file, notepads. I meant in the physical notepad, like workbook, notebook, and all. And those were the areas which were the mediums or the tools were used to capture the data, right? And next we came into era of digital era, where the floppy disk and CD and all those things came into picture. Like we used to do in our, when we were doing our engineering, we used to start with our floppy disk. Then it moved on to CD and DVD ROMs, right? And next it came into internet, web and all during 2000, I think 2000 time, 1900 and all. Internet, everywhere we got into this World Wide Web, which is www dot, right? Internet, internet led us into a big boost in connecting and getting more information over the what you call World Wide Web. And then the cloud concepts came, which is the happening thing. Okay, one of my friend is working in that. He's sitting over there. He's majorly working with Azure cloud computing. His name is also Mahesh. That is one thing. Why I wanted to highlight that is cloud computing has become a major domain or vertical where each and every organization where we are working currently are moving into cloud, because the amount of data and also the latency, bandwidth, and also the what you call the scalability part. Okay, it helps in a bigger way, and it helps even in privacy as well as the computational based performance we get more from cloud compared to on-prem data centers, what we call, which we used to have in your engineering building or in any organization. There used to be a dedicated server room. That is the on-prem, we call it as on-premises, that is called, right? That is getting evolved and moved on to cloud now. Okay, that is one thing. And now the next thing which is happening right now is the generative AI as well as agentic AI. I would like to just brief about those in next upcoming slides. This is all about on the evolution of data part, okay? See, this is, I would like to share this deck, okay, because everything is available over internet. You can just Google or do a chat GPT, you will get all these things. I just collated from all those resources and just I'm presenting here. I would like to share with you guys if you are interested, and I would like to add more and more real-time experiences, right, what we are getting here. These slides, you can get it as I meant for the internet, but wanted to have some professional experience of what we are going through and what we are facing right now. Okay, that is one thing I would like to bring. And this is all about on the data wise. Okay, you might be knowing about the data, right? And it's like we started like bits, bytes, kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes. Okay, and then petabytes, Xana, and all these we have yottabytes, zettabytes, bronzobyte, because all these came into picture. See, earlier we used to deal only with kilobyte, megabyte, gigabytes maximum, and the database sizes what we were dealing with, you know, right? I think Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, which is an open source database, right? These are the ones which are widely used because of their capability in terms of handling small set of data. Even it started with MS Access, which is Microsoft Access database, right? It used to handle maximum of 2 GB capacity right now also. Then they extended, but it couldn't handle much and more data. That's the reason they scaled up with the MS SQL Server, okay, which used to handle terabyte of data and all. Now the age what we are into is all about petabytes, zettabytes, and exabytes there. Okay, these are the areas because we are generating humongous data. If you look at your social media like Instagram, Facebook, and all, for each click or for each scroll, data gets generated and gets saved. Where it gets saved? Somewhere in the cloud, right? The cloud holds all this data. It manages the data. That's the reason the humongous amount of data which gets generated out of all your scrolls or clicks, just single click generates humongous data, and that will be that can be addressed via big data tools, right? That is the reason these big data came into picture. Prior to that, when we started our career, it was with the RDBMS systems like Oracle, SQL Server, MS Access, and all. Okay, that's the reason we should be knowing the historical way, like how it was and how it is going to be and how it used to be, right? That is one thing I wanted to give a background and picture, like how the things were few years back and now currently. And with that, you can connect the dots, okay? And in terms of understanding what exactly a new technology or buzzword which comes into picture, like cloud computing and others, you need to be able to connect back to the past. Then only it will be easy for you to understand and put more sincere efforts to learn and grow in that specific area. Okay, and coming back next one. See, the evolution of data I just mentioned. As years passed on or days passed on, things got evolved in many areas, even in terms of not only data, technology as well, right? We used to have the Notepad IDE. Now if you look at everything is IntelliSense, which is nothing but auto-completion, right? If you just put a dot, okay, search any keyword with dot, you will get the list of what you call keywords or the functions names and also the properties list. Everything is easy now, okay? And that is one area where we wanted to make maximum leverage on those available IDEs, which is integrated development environment, majorly used for your coding perspective. Okay, in Java you use Spring and other frameworks, right? And those are the things which we want to make use of. Okay, that is one thing in terms of data and also technology evolution from earlier like classic ASP or classic JSP to latest Beans or Java Beans and all those things. And if you look at the punch cards, like earlier it used to be like manual recording and all, right? Now it is with the latest one, we have a digital area of getting recording, all those things, and everything is handy now. Next one. Yeah. And in terms of data age, right? I just mentioned about the types of data, right? We have a structured data, we have a semi-structured, and we have a unstructured data. What is unstructured data? Anybody knows what is unstructured data? In what format it will be? Yeah. Yes. Unstructured is nothing, but it will not have any specified rows or columns data. It will be having the details like text, video, and all these are the unstructured data. And these gets generated from your social media majorly, right? When you upload your image or whatever text upload, right? That gets stored in an unstructured way, and that will be dealt with all these big data tools. Okay. And one thing on the data warehouse, okay, yeah, let's be there. And one thing on the data warehouse, I think you might be across, like data warehouse is nothing but it's an extended version of database, majorly database or RDBMS, which we used to handle, right? It is majorly meant for the transactional data, okay? You want to store some data in a real time, right? That is, the database systems are widely used, okay? But wherein if you come into historical data analytics processing, right? Then you use the data warehouse, okay? Data warehouse is shortly named as DWH, okay? Where we have IBM frames, we have data warehouse, we have a Teradata as a data warehouse, and compared to traditional RDBMS like SQL Server, Postgres, SQL, and also MS Access, and also SQL Server, right? And even MySQL, which is a open source one, okay? You can start your career or understanding with open source tools like MySQL and all, and you can build on top of it. Then you can use the developer version of your other tools, okay, for the extensible features and properties or usage part, okay? That is one thing. You can start your career or learning aspirations in the cloud open source tools. And let it be there, okay? Previous one, just. Previous. Yes. See, the big data, what I meant is, it's majorly with the 3 V's, what we call, okay, variety, velocity, and veracity, right? And the volume of data, big data handles is like in terms of petadata, exabytes and all, petabyte or exabyte and all. That's the reason the big data tools like Apache Foundation, they started with all these Hadoop and big hive, all these are the different tools, okay, which are used to process huge data, which gets generated from all these different platforms like social media platforms or healthcare platforms. Even when you look at the airlines, right? Whenever the airline, your flight, before it takes off, lot of things gets processed and it generates huge data, and that will be captured in all these big data tools or the cloud or different infrastructure. Majorly now it is with the cloud only. Okay, that is one thing. Before it kickstarts, pilot and the cockpit details, everything, whatever they speak, everything will be captured instantaneously in a millisecond way. Okay, in that span of time, it gets captured, and till the takeoff and the landing, it generates huge amount of data. That data, which tools can handle? Only big data tools can handle. Okay, that is one real-time example which I can share it with you guys. Okay, and majorly, what about analytics, right? Analytics is all about doing analysis, okay, on the available data, like historical pattern of data, which we can use those and work on it. Okay, there are various data analytics tools. I wanted to start with the data and data analytics, and why the analytics came into picture. See, we have data, right? And data, see, knowledge is driven by information, and information is driven by data. Okay, the cascading happens from the top down or bottom up. Okay, that means the basic one is data. Okay, we need to have a proper understanding on the data, which leads into information, and information can lead into knowledge and decision making. Why the decision making comes into picture is, if you have a clear understanding on what exactly this particular data is going to generate, and based on that, you can take a decision. This is majorly into business decisions or any sort of decision, ideally in the organizations, right? Our what you call senior management or the leadership teams, okay, or different verticals, domains or divisions, they take a call based on the data analytics produced information or knowledge, right? Those things are the key things which senior leaderships or any other institution can take a call based on the data which gets into information state and then into knowledge state. And there are various tools which are being used to generate these analytics. Okay, few of our current experience. I just wanted to give a experience what I have in current company. I'm working for one of the banking MNC in Bengaluru. In Manyata Tech Park, and I started my career as a study in a startup, which is all about on the geospatial technologies. Then I moved on to Wipro. I worked almost 7 years. Then I moved on to banking, where I'm currently working with almost 14 years of experience. Still, I'm working over there. What exactly the experience and learnings which I have gone through is in terms of analytics, right? Right now I am into data analytics space as well as AI, generative AI related use cases and other initiatives which I and my team are working on, okay? I wanted to give that flavor and connect and to make sure that you guys like how the real world organizations works and also how it is being used. All these technologies are being used, okay? When I was with the Wipro, we used to use the SQL Server and other databases and other technologies like .NET framework. And then when I moved here, as the years passed on and with the evolution of technologies, you want to time? Yes, yeah, I will write it. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that is one thing I wanted to highlight, and that is a major thing which we wanted to highlight on the evolution of technologies. And can you just Renu? Considering with due respect to time, I would like to wind up in next few minutes because I think it is taking more time. Sorry for that. Can you just move on, Prasad? Yeah, I think I can conclude on data analytics like by stating that we have varied tools available like NIME Analytics, we have Alteryx. These are the drag and drop open source tools and also licensed tools where we use to do ETL processing, which is nothing but extraction, transformation and loading, right? When you have a data in place with varied data sources, you have to process it, you have to massage it. That means you have to modify which makes it to fit into purpose, okay, to generate the report. Okay, that data analytics reports can be generated using various tools. We used to use ClickSense and all these Tableau, all these are the data visualization tools, okay. And I think I will move on to the AI part. Renu, Prasad, how many minutes we have? How many more minutes I can make? 3 more minutes, okay. I'll just make use of that 3 more minutes just to brief on AI part. Can you just scroll? I'll share this deck. If you guys are interested, I will share this. But I wanted to share in few experiences, industry experiences. Next. Yeah, I think I covered those. Yeah, next. Yeah, next. Yeah, yeah, you can next. See, this generative AI, we know about all this AI, right? We have artificial intelligence, which started with all this ML related and all. Okay, artificial intelligence sits on top of this machine learning and then deep learning, right? This AI, whatever we are using, ChatGPT is part of deep learning, which is nothing but LLMs models, which is large language models, right? Since I have less time, I can't go in deep and explain each and everything. I just wanted to show few decks here. And as you guys know that we use ChatGPT version 4, 4.0, 4.1 has come through now. Okay, OpenAI is one of the competitor which started this LLM-based generative AI, right? During 2022, I guess. Okay, can you just slide, Renuka? Next. And as a code generator, see, if you look at the DALI and others, right, GitHub is majorly used, ChatGPT is majorly used to generate the text, right? Whereas GitHub Copilot is used to generate the code, okay? You can generate your code on the fly, okay? You no need to do sit and code in the IDE environment. You just prompt, okay? Prompt engineering, you might have heard about prompt engineering, right? Prompt engineering is the key one which is happening and you should be on top of it and learn in detail and know the tricks and tips of prompt engineering to be on top of your what you call AI generative or even agentic AI related solutions which you get out of it. Okay, that is one thing. Learn more on prompt engineering. Okay, and to know more about LLM based tools usage and to make maximum use of and get the relevant output. Okay, that is one thing we need to be across. Okay, just next one. Yeah, there are various, as I said, software development using GitHub Copilot, which is majorly from Microsoft. We use in our company as well as we use for our development purpose, code generation and review, bug fix and all. We use this GitHub Copilot. That's it. I just wanted to connect with what real-time current industry is looking for. Okay. Yeah, I think this is done, almost done. I think, yeah, this we can share the slide text. Next one, next. Yeah, agentic AI, yeah. See, agentic AI, just I wanted to, one minute I would like to buy, sorry for that. Agentic AI is nothing but the next phase of generative AI, okay? And the followed by AGI, which is nothing but artificial general intelligence, which is still in R&D and investigation phase, okay? If that comes, things will change drastically. Right now we are into agentic AI. Agentic AI is nothing but an extended version of generative AI. Generative AI generates the text, images, and also these videos, right? Whereas agentic AI, even it further goes beyond and take a autonomous decision as well as actions. That is one thing agentic AI is all about. And in our current space, we are working on few use cases using agentic AI, and we are participating in few hackfests from our company. That means using this agentic AI things. Now, current world on the industries, right? They are looking for people or candidates with such experiences like generative AI as well as agentic AI. Okay. Yeah, I think this is all about on the evolution with respect to automation, which we used to do with Python and other tools, right? We used to do Python and Power Automate, and also what is called PowerShell, VB script-based automation. Then we moved on to generative AI. Now we are into agentic AI, right? This is just an evolution part. You can share this slide. Next. Yeah, next. Yeah, this is just an overview, like how the flow happens with the agentic AI, right? You can share this. I think with this, I'm almost concluding my session. If any doubts or advices, if you're looking for, please reach out to me and Prasad. Thank you so much. And we wish you as a whole for your career and career aspirations and growth. Thank you so much. Have a good day.